My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But this is the movie in this franchise that nobody knows about. Like, nobody has seen this movie, nobody talks about it, and it's a damn shame because it's actually pretty good. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Emily Beadle, Warren Buck III, Dan Lippert, and Henry Ayres-Brown all give perfectly fine performances. Nothing special, but they do what they needed to well enough. But the standout performance to me was Tom Nowicki. This guy just has this presence to him, and whenever he's on screen, he just stole the show. So, good job to him. And before I talk about what I did like, let's talk about the negatives first. And as a paranormal activity movie, it doesn't really feel like one. It kind of just feels like a found footage horror movie. Like, there's no night one, night two, night three. There's no clear sense of escalation. There's nothing about Katie or Christy or Hunter or Toby here, which I'm okay with that. It's just a little weird that it's called Paranormal Activity, but Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is one of my favorites of that franchise, so who am I to judge? But the movie is found footage, kinda, somewhat, and that's an issue. Like, sometimes it's very obviously found footage, but then other times you're just like, wait, who's filming this? And, okay, like, is this meant to be found footage? Like, it's not consistent, so I found it to be a distracting choice. I also do think that this movie looks a little too clean, a little too crisp, and I wasn't a fan of that. The movie isn't really scary. There's a couple moments, but for the most part, it's not effective, it's not tense enough. So I was a little underwhelmed in that regard. And the first half of the movie can be quite bland. It takes a while before the movie gets good. But that said, let's talk about the positives. The second half of this movie is awesome. Um, all the different directions the story takes are just fascinating to me. Like, the creature is Sarah, the mom, and they have to pass the demon that's possessing Sarah onto the daughter. And at first, you're just like, oh, these people are evil. And when the good guys save her and the bad guys aren't successful, the demon is just unleashed and kills absolutely everyone. And I'm not saying that these people are good, I'm just saying that it complicates things and it makes the story really stand out. Um, I also love the change in location for this movie. It allows it to feel fresh. There's some really good winter atmosphere here that I just dug. Kind of reminded me of Until Dawn at moments. There's this well hole thing they find, and they descend down it a couple of times, and whenever they do, it's very claustrophobic. There's a cool section where they're hiding from this creature in the barn, and like the last 5 minutes of this movie is just bananas. The demon is unleashed, people are going crazy, they're dying, and it's just fantastic stuff. Like, the movie definitely ends on a very strong note, and I even like the way that the credits start happening. Just has a nice vibe to it. There is one scene where the character finds this doll upstairs, and this scene is very intriguing. And then she hears someone coming, so she hides under the bed, and the bed just comes down, so you know somebody's on top. And that is the most tense moment of the movie. But that said, then she gets locked upstairs, and she has to go out the window, and the scene just ends, and I would have liked to see it continued. So I found that to be odd. But yeah, so this movie isn't great. I do have issues with it. It has some pacing issues. It has a frustrating inconsistency of its found footage. The movie's not scary enough, but there's definitely plenty of great elements here. I do like the story and the directions it goes. I like the ending a lot, and I think it's a pretty good movie. So I'll give Paranormal Activity Next of Kin a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Paranormal Activity Next of Kin? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,